the driving the Balkanisation of India. So there is an mind in there should be a doubt in your mind that what this word is all about, how actually what the word usually signifies us, what actually whether it is a country or whether it is a nation or a synonym, or we can say that a noun or pronoun which usually signifies something. So in this video we'll be discussing everything in details with you all, so I hope you will definitely enjoy the session. So I even have requested to all the viewers who are watching at present that I will be explaining you in Hindi too, but in the last as a summary I will be explaining, but as of now I'll be explaining you in English such that you will be having an understanding regarding how actually you are going to monitor different points and gives a and it will usually gives you a, clear perfection in your answer writing too, because whenever you are going to appear in any examination, not only UPSC civil service examination but any examination which usually meant which where the decoration of sentence makes a very good impact, right? So whenever you decorate something, it usually glooms like anything, it usually blossoms like anything, like a flower, because the word has that much power, every word has that much power. Even though if certain words which usually slips from our tongue, it will definitely impact the person who usually been governing those things, right? So who usually been monitoring our words. So it gives a perfection about how powerful a word is whenever we are these things are very important when we discuss about the driving the Balkanization of India. So this is all about today's video analysis. I hope you will definitely enjoy the session till then. So if you are new to the channel, then please like, share and subscribe the channel. So if you have time, then do that, because it is prior important for me to get views. Okay, so if your views, or you can say that the number of views from your side will get increased, definitely my budget also will getting to increase. If possible, then definitely do that. For the first time even I am saying these all things. So let us these all things let us forget this all, move to the concept about how what the actual scenario of this retail analysis is all about. So there is an essence of political ideology, little understanding of ideas of India as a coalition of willing. At the completion of 75 years of India is that has survived as long as independence. There had been a separatism, whether it whether it would. The chief doubter was Winston Churchill, who claimed that India was no more than a geography. India was no more than a geography. The peoples of which the British had helpfully brought under one umbrella through conquest, but as we celebrate India's journey, it would do to recognize that today forces are at work that weaken its unity. So what actually it usually signifies, so it actually gives an idea about how the present scenario is. It usually gives an idea of how actually we are watching the concepts, how we are watching the ideas, as well as how we are making the ideas with different secularic, we can say that, democratic politics. So these plays a crucial role when we discuss about the unity, diversity and conquest with different countries or with different nations. So the Gyan Vapi issue, as we all know that these issues after 1992 Babur Masjid issue, or 1991 we can say that. So how actually the demolition of different worship places are being done in the late century, and now we are doing the same thing. So that there should not be any kind of discrimination between what the things are been done in the past and same as like that. So definitely it gives an bad impact to the secularism, we can say that. So secularism cultural perspective, if we a understanding regarding how actually we are getting an idea regarding the things, getting an idea regarding the concepts of what we have learned in our history books, in our social science book, in the in the field of secularism, right? All about Gyanvapi Masjid, which usually drives every Indian to say Jai, that every Indians to say Jai Sri Ram. It should not be like that, as it is in the past. Okay, so then after, from another democracy. So here it is important, right? From another democracy, what usually it says about. So last year, the U.S. President Joe Biden has given his speech that we do. Yes, here it has been written. We do ourselves no favor by pretending none of ever happened, or it does not impact us today, because it will does impact us today. We cannot just choose to learn what we want to know and what we should know. We should know the good, the bad, everything. That's what great nation do. They come to term with the dark side. Okay, so this is what actually Biden has said in his speech at Tusla race of Massacre, with reference to that. So the message is valid for both the Hindus and Muslim of India, expanding upon the context, which is something which is incomplete. So this is what the actual scenario of the concepts which are being formulated by the president of US. So then after, another project of language. So language, another project of language, just like how yes, diversity doesn't mean only about the cultural diversity, but we can say that the language diversity. Hindu religion to have many languages. We have been separated with many languages, with Odia to Odia, or we can say that from Tamil to Kashmiri, that, or we can say that how actually the formulation, how actually the propagation of different languages. And we can even give an example of international language, that is, so whether certain words which are been formulated by English, we can, the uneducated fellow says okay, right? So you might have listened from your grandmothers, who even do not have gone to a single time studies also, they used to say okay. So these are important when we discuss about so simplified version of English is just like learn from rural areas where I usually belongs from. So that that is truly intellectual, that is truly ideological, we can even say that, with the respective, with the perspective of how we are learning from our generations, right? Yeah, this is all about how actually the another project of language, which usually signifies the archaeological site who participated in excavation of site of Harappan civilization of the Western India, have pointed the deliberate destruction of pathetic symbol of stone embodies worship of Srimadhvas, literally the Pulas god, who have been found in scared literature of Vedic Hinduism. So the destruction of religious icon of conquered people in India is not confined to Islamic rule in North India. We can say it's all about how the history usually says. The history usually gives an idea regarding. Okay, so the another project, how we can say that, for language. So diverse people. So diverse people, what is usually it means by. So constitutionally, India is a union of state. Its founder crafted an entity that has no, or that has so far held out under diversity. But India is also a collision of people that are diverse in terms of their histories and culture. For it to hold together requires leader with a large heart and not merely big chest. So what actually it gives an idea of. So we, the people of India, we follow for the people, by the people, to the people. The elected government, which usually signifies the elected government, which usually gives a mind washing reply whenever we ask for something, right? So we, the people, for the people and by the people. So that is all about government's protocol. But whether it has been followed, no, it is followed with the amount of money you have, the amount of money which usually slaps by the politician to the common people at the time of, is not the diversity which usually people want. Yes, there is a demand of money. So if there is a demand of money, definitely whatever the things it should be done, or which is said, definitely do by a common man, because he or she need money, right? So this is a certain different thing people. So people's ideology is totally different upon from one person to another person, as if as though they have educational background too, they have a very good professional career too, but money makes a different, money makes certain mindset in everyone's. So this is all about a diversifying people, which I usually claims that it is not that much been understandable, or you can say that much been clearly mentioned, such that you will get an idea regarding how actually the diversifying usually meant by. So diversifying is always meant to have that call a religious man to sit with you and have a dinner. That is called religious, that is called diversifying with the form of culture, right? So even though in rural areas even they haven't been followed, even lot of temples are not been allowed to worship, yeah, to worship goddess or goddesses, god or goddesses. So it is prior important, should be concerned, there should be concern regarding all the things, okay? मुझे समझ आ गया होगा कि मैं इंग्लिश में क्या यूजुअली बोल रहा था. सो बाल्किस्तान का मीनिंग तो अभी तक का आपको नहीं बताया. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन, लेट मी गिव यू दैट. या आई होप यू आर वाचिंग दिस गूगल दिस. सो मोरसलमेंट इंट्रा ऑफ प्यूज. सो यूजुअली ये क्या है, सॉरी, so usually ये क्या है? So what actually it signifies us, what actually it gives us? So it gives us that balkanization. So z लगाया गया है, but it is not balkanization, it is all about procurement politico. Okay, I hope you get an idea regarding. Google है तो सब है, ठीक है? So this is all about we can say that this video analysis, I can even say, so editorial analysis also even I can say. So I hope you will definitely enjoy the session. Let me end the video here itself. So thank you, thanks a lot.